very personal story that happened to us actually this year. And I'm going to speak a little bit, tell you the story, and then she will come in on and join me. Oh my God, I'm sorry if I'm a little bit nervous, but back in January this year, my mom went to a mammogram, regular mammogram, and then I remember this, it was on a Wednesday, 7 p.m. was her mammogram. The next day, before 9 o'clock, they called me because she gives all my information because she doesn't speak English. So they called me before 9 a.m. Oh, we need your mom to come in and do a follow-up. And right away, I'm like, she was there 7 p.m. You already got her results and calling this early? You start to think already. So I told her, of course, we get all a little bit nervous. And then they started calling us like every day. Okay, she needs to come in and do another follow-up. She needs to come in and do a biopsy. She needs to come in. And by then we're like, okay, what's going on? I would ask, is anything going on? Is there anything wrong? And they wouldn't say, no, we just need to do, some follow-up. But obviously in your head, 1 + 1 = 2. You start to wonder. And then in February, it was a Friday, we went in. She said, okay, I have all the results. Her doctor. We have all the results. You come in, I'm going to talk to you. So we went in. She was, obviously, you can imagine the state of mind that, she's very emotional, by the way. Those that know my mom know that she's very emotional. She was very emotional already, like, come on, just tell me because I know. So we went in, it was a Friday. She said, okay, it's cancer. And all that we know is that it's local. And I said, okay, what does that mean? What does local mean? She said, I don't know. You're going to have to wait until Monday to go to the oncologist, and she will explain you everything. So those 2 nights, those 2 days that we went back home, and we didn't know exactly what to expect, because for 2 days we said we're going to have to wait until Monday to find out what this means. It's local. What does local mean? You heard the word cancer, So for those 2 days, I don't think any of us slept really. And I was trying to remain very positive because she's emotional. So I was trying to remain like, no, Mom, everything's going to be okay. No. And then my dad was saying these dumb things like, because we didn't know how to make her feel bad. So my dad was saying these dumb things. Me and my sister would look at him and we're like mad. And then me, I was telling my mom stories of a woman that got cancer, breast cancer twice. Who does that? This is me trying to encourage you. Oh, Mom, there's a lady that got it twice. I'm like, no, not that story, but it's just because we didn't know how to feel it. And it's very important. I wanted to let you know that once you are someone that goes through that and hear that word, for you to allow yourself to feel the moment, it's okay for you to cry and say, you know what now? I wish I had done that, but I wanted to remain the positive one. But anyway, so on Monday we went in and the doctor said, okay, so it's stage 0. And we said, okay, we didn't even know that was such a stage, but it's stage 0, and all she's gonna have to do is a lumpectomy, which is just remove the affected area, and no chemo, no radiation. So we were like, okay, all right, we could do this. Then the next visit we go in with the oncologist, she says, okay, we're gonna have to do a mastectomy instead of a lumpectomy. Mastectomy is when you remove the whole breast, and we're like, okay, why? Why now? And, I just want to say one thing. The whole time, I think those 2 nights that I told you that we didn't know what he was, we were all a little bit scared. But as soon as she heard the word, it's stage 0, you're going to have to do lumpectomy, you don't have to do this. For my mom, it was really game on. She was like this, and I really admired this of her. She's like, okay, game on. I'm on. Let's do this. Let's get this going. I know God is going to be with me. And, I didn't expect to hear these words from her, from someone that's going through such a thing, that has remained faithful to God. Because sometimes you tend to ask God, but why? Why me? I've been there, blah, blah, blah. But she was like, no, game on. Let's do it. Let's get this over with. And so, okay, she said it was a mastectomy, so, okay, let's get the mastectomy going. So, in June, she had the mastectomy done. She removed the breast, and until that point, it was no radiation. Then she got the word that she was going to have to do some radiation. I'm just going through with you just a little bit of how everything happened. So she had to do radiation. Obviously, when you hear those things, okay, first was just a simple lumpectomy, just removing it out, you're going to be fine. And then, you hear complications coming here and there. This all plays a big part, I think, in her faith more than mine, because for me, I was, it's my mom. In my head, I'm never going to lose my mom. So, okay, God, let's get this going. But, she's emotional. She at times, she was questioning a lot, just like, can I get through this? Even though she was remaining faithful in God and saying, oh, we'll go through this. But she wouldn't say these things out loud, like, to us a lot. I would see her questioning herself a lot at times without mentioning to me or my sister. I would see her saying to herself, and those things would just catch my attention a lot. But the way she carried this, the way she remained faithful in God and the things that she would say to us throughout this, I think it's what made all the difference in our lives. So she had the mastectomy, she had radiation, and thank God she went in for just the final exam to see if everything is okay, and she got it clear that everything was fine. So praise God. She's going to speak a little bit now. I'll let her speak a little.
Ai, graças a Deus.
Praise God.
Em Menezes, até aqui o Senhor tem nos ajudado, amém?
Amen. God has helped us so far at Menezes.
Irmãos, eu só tenho que agradecer ao meu Deus.
Church, I just have to thank a lot to God.
Porque, irmãos, não é fácil.
Because it's not easy.
Não é fácil você ter esse diagnóstico.
It's not easy for you to get diagnosed with something like that.
Muitas vezes, pensamos que vai acontecer com Maria, com a Joana, com qualquer pessoa.
Many times we think that, it's just going to happen to someone next to you.
Menos com você.
But you, not you.
Verdade?
Right?
Ai, mas, felizmente, comigo aconteceu.
But unfortunately, it happened with me.
Mas no dia de hoje, irmãos, às vezes eu ainda choro.
But nowadays, I still cry a little bit over this.
Mas não de tristeza, e sim de alegria.
But not of sadness, but of really joy.
Amen.
Porque eu passei por tudo isso.
Because I went through all of this.
Primeiro com Deus.
First with God.
E depois com a minha família.
And then second with my family.
Minhas filhas, meu esposo.
My daughters, my husband.
Minhas irmãs.
My sisters.
Porque não é fácil, irmãos. Não é.
Because it's not easy.
Somente quem passa que sabe.
Only who goes through this understands how hard this is.
Mas se você tem um Deus,
But if you have a God,
é diferente.
it's very different.
Muito diferente.
Very different.
Hoje em dia eu vejo
Nowadays
Eu vejo que todo mundo, irmãos, todos nós
I see that all of us,
passamos por problemas,
we go through problems,
por lutas,
difficult times,
por dificuldade.
with difficulties.
Mas nada se compara a um câncer, irmãos.
But nothing compares to cancer.
Nada. E no dia de hoje eu só tenho que agradecer.
And today I really thank God.
Sabe por quê, irmãos?
You know why?
Eu sou sobrevivente.
Because I'm a survivor.
Amen.
Sou.
I am.
E por que eu sou sobrevivente?
Why am I a survivor?
Porque foi descoberta a tempo.
Because it was diagnosed at a very early stage.
Mas eu sei que a minha história
But I know that my story
poderia ser diferente.
could have been very different.
E eu estou aqui hoje
And I'm here today
para avisar para todas as mulheres,
to let all women,
todo mundo,
or
enfim,
everybody in general,
se você tem um exame a fazer.
if you have an exam to do,
Você tem que fazer todo ano.
you have to do it every year.
Você não pode deixar passar.
You cannot skip one.
Foi o que eu fiz, infelizmente, irmãos.
Because that's what happened to me, unfortunately.
Passou 2 anos e eu não fiz a mamografia.
She didn't do the mammogram for 2 years.
E os médicos as enfermeiras sempre me mandando cartas.
And all the nurses would always send her the notice saying, you gotta go for mammogram, you gotta go.
Eu tinha que fazer, mas não fiz.
That she had to do it. For 2 years, she didn't do it.
Mas um dia chegou e eu fui fazer a mamografia.
But then this year came and I had to do it.
Como a minha filha já explicou, né? Ela já explicou.
Like I explained before.
Então, assim, mas graças a
But
Deus,
thank God,
pela misericórdia de Deus na minha vida,
for God's mercy upon my life.
mesmo passando 2 anos,
Even though 2 years had passed,
foi descoberta a tempo.
it was discovered at a good time, at an early stage.
E teve cura.
And
Amém,
I was
irmãos? Eu fui
cured.
curada.
And I was cured.
Eu tirei sim os seios. Amém? O lado direito. Amém?
Yes, I did have to have a mastectomy done on my right side.
E graças a Deus, irmãos, que isso
And thank God that
não me fez falta.
this is not something that it's really that I miss having it, you know.
Sabe por quê?
You know why?
Porque eu estou viva.
Because I'm alive.
E eu estou aqui hoje, irmãos, para dar esse testemunho.
And I'm here to give you this testimony.
E eu quero continuar, irmãos, aonde eu for.
And I want to go whatever, and I want to keep doing.
Eu quero dar esse
I
testemunho,
want to
amém?
keep giving this testimony.
E quero conscientizar, irmãos, a todos.
And I would like everybody just to really know,
Não só mulheres, mas homens também.
not only women, but men too,
Que vão, façam seus exames todos os anos.
that please do all of your exams, everything, all your checkups that you have to do yearly.
Porque quando acontece alguma coisa conosco,
Because when it happens to us,
a gente às vezes pergunta,
sometimes we question
por quê?
why.
Não é verdade? Por quê? A culpa é minha?
Is it my fault?
Aí você vai pensar assim, por que Deus, deixou para fazer isso comigo?
Why did God let that happen with me?
Mas a culpa é nossa, irmãos.
But sometimes it's really our fault.
Os médicos estão aí.
The doctors are there.
E muitas das vezes nós não vamos aos médicos.
And many times we're not the one that go to them.
Os médicos não vão vir até nós.
The doctors are not going to come walking to you.
Então eu só queria dizer, irmãs, nesta manhã,
So I would like to say today,
só tenho muito que agradecer ao meu Deus.
I really
Amém?
have a lot to praise God for.
E agora, irmãos, eu falo felizmente, eu faço parte dessa caminhada.
And now I belong to this group of women that went through and are going through it.
Amém, eu agradeço.
Praise God. Before we end, I just wanted to give just 3 quick points of this message today. First, it's really to allow yourself to be in the moment. If you hear, or anyone that you know hear the C word, the big scary word, let yourself feel it. Allow yourself to be in that moment. It's okay for you not to be 100% strong all the time. No, we're going to get through this. It's okay to cry and say, you know. Second point is to really trust in God. I think if she did not have God in her life, being emotional as she is, I don't know where this would have went. I think having God and trusting in Him, and having the hope in Him, makes all the difference in our lives. And third, it's really, like she said, have yourself checked, because 10 years ago, I had 3 lumps removed out of my left breast. One of them, it was just a small lump, and that's how it all started. And they found 3, with one of them could have the possibility of developing to something later on, so they removed the 3. And with her, it was not a lump. It was a hardness. She didn't even feel it. The first day that she had to have the mammogram done this year in January, she felt something hard. It was not a lump. So a lot of us, a lot of women, we expect to feel that little lump, and it was not. It was just hard. But, to her, it wasn't that even big of a deal until she went in later on, that same day that she felt it, and everything started. So really have yourselves checked. Amen? Praise God.